So pro tip, next time you get a canvas, paint on this side, quote, the wrong side. There are several reasons for this. First, this is the unprimed side. Turns out that actually paint sticks better, much better on this side than the other prime side. The other thing is you get this kind of situation here with the wooden. I mean, this, I would say, is the better side of the canvas to paint on. Now, that's not always possible. What about the time when you get a wooden thing here in the middle, or a crossbar here? Well, you improvise, you paint where you can. The other thing is that, of course, you can paint on the primed side as well, and you can still paint on this side. I don't know why more painters don't paint on both sides. It's perfectly doable. In fact, as I've just described and illustrated, this side, the unprimed side, is the better. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. I'm not the first person to realize this. Francis Bacon, the Irish painter, once ran out of canvas, and he was in Monte Carlo, and he had gambled away all his money, so he didn't have any money. So what did he do? He turned around all of his canvases to the other side, to the unprimed side, and realized that he enjoyed working on the unprimed side. And for the rest of his life, prior to him getting famous, actually, he started painting on the unprimed side. And any other person would say, man, have you considered the prime side? That's the right way, But he had his reasons, He was like, I want to paint on the unprimed side because when I put the brush, it makes that mark and it never goes away. It never, unlike the prime side, which, kind of like, it has gesso rolls and whatever. Anyway, this is one thing. I also want to say this. Artists make things, right? Physical objects, right? I like to think that as an artist, you use your hands, you use your body to make things. If you're a sculptor, you put matter together and you shape an object. You make something physical. Painting, I would say, of course, it's visual, but it's also the physicality of the object. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. It's, not just one side of the canvas. It's like the whole thing. Even if you just paint on one side of the canvas, it's the other side of the canvas is still there. And you still worked with the other side. And, even if I don't paint on this side, it's still part of the canvas. And I take responsibility for that. And I can write my name in this corner, or I don't, or whatever, but all of that, every part of this canvas is an area that I have a say in. Also, here's the thing. I have a bunch of things to say during this presentation. I've been painting, now this is probably the 7th painting of Salsal. And the more I paint this, the more I realize that there's something that I'm connecting with. There is a kind of heritage, so to speak, that I'm connecting with. And last night, while I was working on the other side of the canvas, which all of you will see at some point, I really teared up and really moved me. And I have always been in search of a subject to paint, and finally I've seemed to have found a subject that I've connected so much with. And, you know, in a way, this is my, giving finger to the Taliban also for destroying something that is so profoundly beautiful and full of wonder and awe and magical. This shouldn't have been destroyed. This should never have been destroyed. Anyway, lesson here is make that change that you wish to see in the world, right? Gandhi said that. What do you believe in? What do you want to see? What do you wish somebody else says, right? What do you wish the whole world does? Do that. Say that. If you believe in it that much, if you want it that much, then do it, right? You're the perfect person to do that, right? I wanted to paint these because as far as I know, there's nobody else painting abstract paintings of Salsal. And I love Salsal. I mean, I've looked at enough photographs of them, and I just want to celebrate them, and I get to know them, right? If I look at a photograph, 1,000 photographs, it's different than working on a painting for 50 hours. I will get to know, through each brushstroke, I'll think about things, and I will, know this intimately. And, I've painted 7 of these now. And here's the thing. I didn't work off a photograph. I just painted these from memory. Just from memory. Just, my photographic memory, I guess, is enough to allow me, to make decisions on the canvas. Anyway, I know I said a bunch of things, but this is what I'm up to.